introduction session. First of all, let us tell you briefly about this international conference.
I-RESEAT 2024 is the international conference on renewable energy, sustainable environmental and agricultural or artificial intelligence technologies. This year, the theme of the conference is BCG towards carbon neutrality.
Right, the theme is really interesting and up to date to the present situations. Our conference is divided into 6 themes, which are renewable energy, sustainable environmental technologies, or basic and applied science. Next is the theme number 3, agricultural technologies and innovation.
Moreover, we also have the theme about artificial intelligence or AI and blockchain technologies. What's more, we have and lastly, health science, hygiene, nursing and elderly care.
Wow, that's awesome.
Right.
Though we focus on renewable energy and science topics, a wide variety of different areas like humanities, social science, and health science is also welcomed. And Major University is more than happy to host this international conference.
Well, in this occasion, I would like to invite Associate Professor Dr. Veerapon Thongma, the President of Major University, on the stage to deliver a welcoming speech. And may I invite Associate Professor Dr. Ramesh Prabhu Ramaraj to give a report to the President. Please welcome.
Respected Major University President, distinguished guests, colleagues, participants, and my dear lovable students. I am pleased to summarize the key outcomes of the 6th I-RESEAT 2024 held at the School of Renewable Energy, Major University, Chiang Mai, Thailand. This time, School of Renewable Energy hosted this prestigious conference under the theme PCG, Bio-Circular Green Economy Model and Carbon Neutrality. In this 6th I-RESEAT, that's the 6th International Conference on Renewable Energy, Sustainable Environment, and Agricultural and Artificial Intelligence Technologies. This conference expanded the discussion on sustainable solutions, the goal of net zero emissions, and a greener future.
Recording in progress.
We have 8 keynote speakers from China, India, Malaysia, Japan, Czech Republic, and Thailand. Also, we have 70 online presenters from the 11 countries, including China, Taiwan, Malaysia, Barbados, India, USA, and Russia. In this conference, we have a parallel session. We divided the room 1 and room 2. So, hereby, I thank you very much to all involved in this conference. And we look forward advancing towards more sustainable future. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Lamesh. My former Vice President here, Dr. Nathavut, the Dean of Renewable Energies, Associate Dean from another faculty here, our student, our colleagues, and guest speakers, keynote speakers, our student inside here on site and online for the 6 country for keynote speaker, right? And 70 paper presentation for online. Today we come with the rain in Chiang Mai. I just went back from the Philippines last night. Normally, Philippines, they should have rain, but no rain in the Philippines. Very hot right now. No more rain, but the rain come to the mountain. Like in Laos, in China, in Myanmar, especially in Thailand, on the north of Thailand. So last night we also watching for the river, Ping River, or some reservoir, they will have problem with the water. This is the change of the environment, the change of the climate. We don't know exactly. This week, another week, there will come another typhoon, another depression or monsoon again. It's a problem of the people in the world, right now in Thailand, that we still have. How we solve the problem? This conference, just only one small potatoes of the world. But we try to let our students, our friends, our colleagues, and the people to understand that how we try to solve the problem, especially for carbon neutrality, carbon neutral, and we don't know exactly in the future what happened. Some country, they very big problems, affect with the climate, with the environment, especially for agriculture. We talk about environment, we talk about renewable energy, we talk about agriculture, and of course AI, artificial technologies that we try to merge with each other for this conference. This is the 6th I-RESEAT conference that try to merge BCG and what BCG with carbon neutrality. Talk because the ideas that we try to, the idea, the concept is very beautiful, but the action is difficult for us. We cannot dictate someone to do what we do by ourselves. Start from us. If we would like to change something, start from us. And we think that everyone, if they understand they will come to help us to improve. In our friend on online also, thank you very much to join with us for this conference. Only 1 day conference. How many? 2 days, sorry, 2-day conference. You can get the fruitful or get some benefit from the conference. You can share your idea. You can share your experience. After you listen from keynote speaker, from invited speakers, and also with the paper presentation, we can share some experience together. And after that, if we, everyone, I mean we, in our conference, bring it to practice daily life in your organization, in your institution. I hope that we can change. For the small thing, we become big things in the future. Thank you very much for organizing committee, Dr. Lamed here and his staff. The renewable energy, the dean here, and of course with our staff here, colleagues, our students, that you try to do for our conference success, and especially for liberal art, the faculty of liberal art. Both of them also join with us for moderator. Every conference that we have, thank you very much. And we hope that you enjoy and get fruitful for our conference. May I open for our 6th I-RESEAT conference right now. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Associate Professor Dr. Virapon Thongma, for such a meaningful welcoming speech.
Right, and it's been our honor as well to join international conference. Yes, please remain on the stage, and now it's photo time. So please, I would like to invite our distinguished guest, Assistant Professor Dr. Nikran Homduang, the Dean of School of Renewable Energy,
Assistant Professor Dr. Yingrak, Associate Dean of School of Renewable Energy,
Assistant Professor Dr. Nattawut Dutsadi, ERC and SRE founder of Major University, and distinguished guest on the stage, and we can have a good memory together for today's international.
So please welcome on the stage.
All right. We can stand in the front as well, down here and up there. Please on the stage. For the camera, we can do on the stage, right? Okay. Okay. All right. Students, please, in the front, please. Everybody, okay. We should be in the photo of this international conference, right? All students, please, in the front. Okay, in the front, please, students. Okay, you can stand and sit there.
Now you can make 2 rows in front of the stage.
Okay, together in the middle, please. Okay, in the middle, please. Please, in front, please.
Okay, we can make 3 rows, and 1 row, please sit down. Okay, so we can see everybody.
Yay. All right, thank you very much, everyone. Okay. May the, okay. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you very much. This is a good memory for this conference. ขอบคุณค่ะ Thank you.
All right. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. And it's now high time to welcome our first keynote speakers, the president of Major University, to give a speech about paving the way to a net zero future, green university and environment in agriculture, higher education.
And also let me introduce our chairperson of this morning session. Please welcome Associate Professor Dr. Ramesh Prabhu Ramaraj. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause to our first keynote speaker, Associate Professor Dr. Virapon Thongma.
อาจารย์ละเมศไม่ได้กล่าวก่อนใช่ไหมโอเคนะนึกว่าโมโดเรเตอร์เขาจะพูดก่อน Okay, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Because we have online and on-site here, I just would like to give some idea. I think that after that you will think and you ping in Thai we call ping like that. Some the idea that I would like to share with us, the all of us here. One more thing I would like to let you know MAEJO, MAEJO, Major Universities. M, it means mindfulness. E is excellent. A, aspiration. M, A, E, J, justice, and O is origin. So 90 years of major universities. We are the eldest agriculture institution in Thailand. Until now, we still keep our identity in agriculture. But not just only agriculture product. We try to do for IA or intelligent agriculture, IA or AI agriculture, intelligent agriculture, touch well-being of the people. Because right now in our world people, the structure of the world people is changed, especially in Thailand. 60% is aging population will come. So we should concern to healthy food, healthy of our people, well-being, prepare before you just have the pure medicine. Make the medicine become food, but we would like to have food for the medicine. Like that. So the importance of higher education, especially that I told you earlier, 90 years of major universities. We follow our concept, our ideals for long time. Like a country is from India, he already tell us almost more than 150 years. More than 150 years, 1958. What he tell us? Greed, the environment, the planet, the earth. If we just only need, so the earth serve everyone for need, not for greed. more than 150 years. You cannot move. Cannot move. just kick for me. Okay. You just kick for me, please. So in Thai we have our king, our royal family. Every of royal family concerned to agriculture. No? We highlight in agriculture like King Lamanai, His Majesty is for agriculture for long time. He also mentioned about sufficiency economic philosophy. How much is too much in our family, in our life. 1974. Okay. Modulation, dissonance, self-immunity or immunity, self-immunity. So just let you see what happened with our university that we try to, tell us about that. So Major just follow him. Okay, go to the next please. And King Lama X, he have many projects in agriculture, like a lawyer project. Major also follow His Majesty. We just give some donation from His Majesty agricultural product that we work with lawyer project in Phetchaburi. They call the project of Chang Huaman project. So we do just only 10 rice, just only the small area, but in 10 years we can get more benefit, more than 4 million. We just donate to our king just 2 million like that. Okay, this is King Lama X. This is also Prince Sirinthorn. She focused on seed, organic seed. She told us, Her Majesty, that Major should do for 1,500 seed, but really in organic seed and from traditional varieties, from traditional variety of vegetable in Thai. 1,500 variety of the seed that put in seed bank. Her Majesty. Okay. She also went to Major many times. This is just only 90 years anniversary of Major for last December. She went to Major University and opened for our ceremony.
7 universities from Thailand presented honorary doctorate degrees to His Majesty the King in a ceremony held at the Thungkardong in Paro today.
Major University presented His Majesty an honorary doctorate degree of Organic Agriculture Management.
This is who? I think you know him. The King Jigme of Bhutan. Now, we also, try to work with Bhutanese because a whole of the country of Bhutan is organic agriculture. So we, he got our degree in organic agriculture management. His Majesty in Bhutan, whole of countries organic agriculture like that. So this is one of our major university try to follow His Majesty also. You can see his activities. Everything he follow our King Mama, father and son. You can see his symbol. Look alike King Alamanai. Okay? That I just mentioned earlier. We, in Asia, like a Thai people, we follow for SDG, BCG, long time already. Almost 50 years, we talk about sufficiency, economy, philosophy, 3 rings and 2 conditions. Knowledge condition and moral condition. For what? For balance, for equilibrium, for sustainability. This is for our life. Environment, economy, society, and culture. We become sustained in our world, in our society. Okay, go to the next. So another thing that in Thai we have more than 30 minority groups. They stay in the hill type, in the mountain. So the majesty of our royal family help the Thai, it means hill type, help the Thais, help the world. This is the majesty of king family, royal family. Every family member, royal family, follow this majesty. Okay? So when we talk about SDG, just start from 2015. 17 goals, just start from 2015. It means how many years? How many years? The concept of SDG. 2015, how? Now, 2024, how many years? Huh? How many years? 30 years? You see? We already have in our mind, in our idea, in our activity, long time, especially in Thailand. We follow King Majesty. Right now, SDG is the concept that we should know because 17 SDG we should collect everything we should follow, right? Anyway, no problem. We try to get SDG because of what? Responsible consumption and production. For responsible consumption and production of our activity that we have. Like in agriculture, is agricultural production. Okay, go to the next please. In Thailand also, we have national strategy of Thailand. Just focus 3 dimensions, 3 direction or dimension. For security, possibility, and sustainability. And after that, we have 6 national. Go to the next please. 6 national strategies. But I would like to focus on just only strategy 5, the 5th strategies. Focus on what? Eco-friendly development. Eco, it means ecology, friendly development. Agriculture here. Renewable energy here. Environment here. Especially for our university, for major university, we focus on this. Eco-friendly, eco for energy, eco for economic, like that. Everything try to do for that. Concern to ecology. And agriculture is very important because allow us early morning, you have breakfast, you have lunch, you have dinner, some you have super dinner, things like that. Snacks come from agriculture product. Oh. So, major we put origin is from agriculture, everything from agriculture. So just let you see impact chain analysis of context in Thailand should focus on agriculture. Okay, go to the next place. In our university also, we should make it balance for environment, for economic and social or societies. And right now we have technology, put another link for technology. Make it balance. That I told you how much is too much in our life. No, how much is too much. Okay, go to the next. This is the ranking that we, Metro University can touch the ranking. But in my opinion, in my ideas, I just let our staff in the university and our students also. This is just byproduct. This is byproduct. Not really to make competition for the ranking. We how to touch the ranking like that. But this is the byproduct that if you do the best, you do your activities, your projects, your program, or your strategy is the best, ranking will come later. Okay, the ranking will come later. Okay, go to the next, please. Another thing that Major try to do for of how we make a food security. Food securities. We don't know that we consume our food, our drink, but inside we don't know exactly like. You are happy, we are happy when we have eating, but we don't know ingredients, something inside, they have toxic or not. So Major try to do for organic agriculture. Easy to just talk, but very difficult if we talk about organic. Many requirements of organic agriculture, many factors that affecting to organic agriculture. But this is our purpose. We should do in our future. Right now, Major try to do IWA. I put another I. International Intelligent Well-being Agriculture. International Intelligent Well-being Agriculture. And concern all of 17 SDG. Okay, go to the next piece. The cycle, not just SDG, BCG also. Like this topic for the 6th I-RESEAT, we think about BCG and carbon neutrality. How we so every faculty, the picture is from the faculties. We have more than 18 faculties, include Phra, another province, another campus in Phra province, and also in Chumpon campus, in Lamay. We try to do for Iowa in maybe 3 years, in 4 years in the future. So renewable energy is one of our purpose that should support Iowa for major universities. Okay, this is one that we try to uplift our university become well known in the world. Education, net zero, agriculture, how we could I that? Because we try to have curriculum, especially from renewable energy. And we just talked with the dean that he would like to have robotic with IA and agriculture. Now in the future that we should have that. So how we do for net zero agriculture? How we do net zero in agriculture product? Okay, go to the next please. Major, right now we become the second group of university in Thailand. Group 2, we call technology development or technology engagement. The group 2 that we become, we try to let our product, our students who graduate from major university become entrepreneur. They should the concept of entrepreneur, professional in entrepreneurship, not just go to work in like a labor, but they should become the owner of benefit. Like we think that if we give banana to the monkey, you have first you have money and banana, you give to monkey. Monkey will select what? Banana, right? Because they think banana easy to eat, but they don't know money can make more banana, right? Like we give our student, you give them work and business. What they will do? They will give the work, right? Salary every month, right? But they don't think that if they become the big business by themselves, they can get more money than salary every month. How we do it? How we do it? This is the concept of reinventing the universities. Okay? Let's just explain already. Entrepreneurship of universities is very important. Start up for the young generation can do for their business. Right now, Major try to have like that. Okay, for let the student to have start up, learn and do many things by themselves. And another, not just only our university, with our neighbor, our communities. So we have map here for Major Agriculture and Food Innovation District. We call it. Take care, not just only our university, but with our local people. With our local people that I used to use for wins. WNSSSS. W is mean wisdom. We not far away from local wisdom. And put innovation in the wisdom that the local people they have. So it means innovation or technology should become appropriate technology. Not very difficult to do. Not very expensive. They cannot touch. But how we make very easy technology, very easy innovation to the local people. They can use, they can do, they can sell, they can buy, they can manage by themselves. This is for innovation that we have put local wisdom. And another is N is network. Network should link with each other, work with each other. S it means serving society and service society. This is our linkage. We got the budget from almost. We are the center of, we call like an agriculture center here in the north of Thailand. Like that. Okay? And another that we do, we already open, we call like a macro holding company. Why we do for macro? I just mentioned with the dean earlier. Macro can become one of our strategy to let our staff, let our students become entrepreneur with the macro, not just with university, because very difficult if you contact with university, many steps, many regulation. But for macro, we try to do for like a private sector in our universities. And the private sector can come to join with us. With the macro, they have many strategy or many way that can join to work with macro holding company. Okay, so we try to let our students become group of startup competition for prototype if they have prototype, and we can sell our idea to the company or industry, and they can come to join with us in our universities. Okay, this is try to do, let you understand that why we should have macro holding company in major university. Okay, go to the next. And another thing made, and I mean for our network, we also join with like a ESG. E it means economic, S it means society, and G is governance. Government or governance can work together like that. Okay, go to the next please. BCG with cannabis. Cannabis, กัญชา or marijuana. That because we think the cannabis is easy to go. Just only 3 months you can traveling on 3 months, 4 months you can harvest it. You can use the flower to do for CBD and THC. Easy to go, so easy to absorb many things in the stem and the flower. So if they contaminate for some toxic inside or chemicals inside, they cannot do for medical purpose anymore. So our idea, we use cannabis for medical purpose, looking for CBD and THC, and really in organic in major universities. Right now we have more than 20 varieties of our cannabis. Now we have our own variety. No need to buy from another countries because very expensive. Because if you buy one seed, is maybe 200 or 300 baht per one seed. But right now, if you buy from Major, we have seedling, right? We cloning from our own variety. Cloning, seedling, just only 80 baht. And really in female. Because if you buy seed, right, you have seedling, we don't know male or female. But in major university, we try to do, and you can get more than 80% of CBD like that. This is just let you know. And another herb, we also have kathom, another herb. CBD from hemp, we have hemp, we have marijuana, because cannabis they have two kind of cannabis, hemp and marijuana or กัญชา and another we also have another what they call like กระท่อม กระท่อม also make for medical purpose not just for recreation because we don't accept for recreation the student cannot buy for smoke we not accept that but we try to do for our medical another thing I would like to let you see easy to drink they call cocoa easy to drink just only put and you can drink okay just only 2 minutes video please cocoa thumb
Here is our K-Fresh's ready-to-drink organic Namhom coconut with the authentic taste and quality guarantee. Plus, we're the first who invented the innovative, easy-to-open coconuts. If you're curious about our K-Fresh standards, follow us to find out more.
this is our Thai product
Starting from our coconut farms, they are geographical indication certified from the 4 provinces in Thailand that are perfect for growing Namhom coconut trees: Samut Sakhon, Samut Songkhram, Ratchaburi, and Nakhon Pathom. Every day, we have the coconut farmer team take a good care of growing coconut trees from developing planting areas with the regenerative agriculture method to protect soil and environment. They monitor on a daily basis, weekly and monthly, until we get the best coconuts ready for harvest. Then, those coconuts are transported to our factory. At K-Fresh, we select only good coconuts that meet our standards. Low-quality coconuts won't be passed. We also purchase Namhom coconuts in our network. Next is the production phase, cutting and trimming coconuts through organized procedures until they are finished. Stop right here for a moment. In case anyone wonders, are these coconuts still of a good quality before packaging phase? Please, don't worry. Our QA team has a good management system in maintaining the quality of coconuts. This is why our coconut quality is certified. The question is now cleared. Let's see the next step. When everything is ready, our Namhom coconuts are well packed and can be delivered globally. And now we can travel to anywhere in the world for refreshment. With delicious, sweet, and aromatic coconuts by K-Fresh. This is the story of our K-Fresh's ready-to-drink organic Namhom coconut. It is our intention to produce only the best quality for everyone.
this is K-Fresh น้ำหอมมะพร้าวน้ำหอม the smelly the good smelly coconut now already sent to 21 countries like in English in England in Europe one coconut is 18 euro 18 euro per one coconut. How much in Thailand? Almost 1,000 baht per one. High product and use very easy innovation through the coconut. Just give you for some example only how we do it. Okay, go to the next please. This is we try to do this year. Major we try to do for 400 kilogram per one pumpkin. Last year we already have 380. One fruit of pumpkin, 380. You can see it's success from our major alumni. How do you do? Where? In Chiang Mai, in Sameng, in the mountain. They try to do. This is our alumni. We just go there for cut it, harvest it. And this year we try to do for 400 per one kilogram, per one fruit, 400 kilograms. And right now, Major, we try to submit our project to the government. Now, accept from the government already. But we should write our project for magic mushroom. You know magic mushroom, right? From buffalo dung. The poo of buffalo, they will have some mushroom there. We can use that for medicine. Right now is illegal. We on our project. Just only 7 universities in Thailand can get this project. And another is opium. But opium they will run in Chiang Mai, but we will become advisor of the project. Okay, go to the next please. This is thank you for renewable energy that you can get the award from CCE, Climate Change Environment, that you already get the award there in 2 years, last year and this year. Okay, go to the next. This also our research that we can get our award for this year, award this year also, and green. We have 7 green award for this year. Go green, we have what they call like the excellent one. Go. We have Go 7, Go 1 silver and 1 bronze in this year. So thank you very much. I hope that if we coming is beginning, coming together is beginning, keeping together, we will progress. But if we working together, we will success in our work, our activity, our society. I hope that for carbon neutrality will we do. This is challenge for our people here and our birthday people. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Associate Professor Dr. Veerapon Thongma, the President of Major University. That a truly inspiring and thought-provoking presentation. All right, and in this occasion, I would like to invite the CEO and the founder of Ingenio, one of our supporters here, to present a token of appreciation to our president. Please, Dr. Thanat on the stage. Dr. Thanat is the founder of Ingenio, and he's the one that found the international conference formerly called Major Ingenio International Conference. And right now it becomes I-RESEAT, and now it's the 6th I-RESEAT International Conference. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Thanat Get Credit from Ingenio, and thank you, our president as well.
Okay, right now, before we move on to our next keynote speaker, let us give you a brief schedule for. After our second keynote speaker, we are going to have a short coffee break just for 10 minutes. And after that, 5 keynote speakers are ready to share their thoughts and knowledge concerning BCG towards carbon neutrality with us.
Right, and after keynote speaker's speech, it's going to be a lunch break. And then in the afternoon session, please join our parallel sessions, which are divided into 2 rooms.
All right, and now it's my great pleasure to invite Professor Dr. Ao Xie from China to deliver the presentation online on the topic of turning biomass wastes into alkane biofuels via bioprocesses. Please give a round of applause to our keynote speaker.
While we are waiting for Dr. Ao Xie, right now it's coffee break time. You can enjoy our refreshment. And we are waiting for our keynote speaker.
Hello?
Okay, he's coming in the virtual mode, online mode.
Can you hear me? Hello? 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 Hello, can you hear me?
All right, as Professor Dr. Ao Xie is here.
Hello?
Are you ready, Professor? Good
Yeah.
morning.
Yeah. Yes, good morning. Can you hear
Good
me?
morning. All right. Okay.
Hello,
So
good morning. Can you hear
I will
me?
give this stage to Professor Dr. Ao Xie from China
Okay.
to present about turning biomass waste into alkane biofuels via bioprocesses.
Okay, thank you, Chairman. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, Professor Ramesh and Professor Yuali, to invite me to join this conference. Sha from Chongqing University. So the Chongqing University located in the big city, Chongqing, which is about 2,000 kilometers away from Chiang Mai. So the Chongqing city is one of the largest city in the China, and it's very famous for its light view. And Chongqing city is a kind of mountain city, the big rivers. And so the natural scenario is very good. And also it is well known for the hot pot. So this is kind of very special food in Chongqing area. My topic is turning biomass waste into alkane biofuels bioprocess. Firstly, I would like to introduce a kind of the alkane fuels. As we know, the alkane fuels contains the simplest, the carbon-1 methane to the middle chain or long chain fuels, including the icosane, like for example, it's carbon-20 carbon chain fuel. So the alkane fuel is quite important in our modern work, including the natural gas, the liquefied petroleum gas, and the gasoline or jet fuel and diesel fuels. So it is a very important fuel and energy source to support our society. For example, I would firstly start from the carbon-1 alkane biofuel production. For the natural gas, the major composition is the carbon-1 alkane fuel methane. So for example, in China, the demand for the natural gas is increasing. So it's about 395 billion cubic meters of methane of the natural gas consumption in the past year, and which is showed about 7.6% increase as compared with the previous year. So most of the natural gas consumed is very much dependent on the import. So import proportion is about 41% in China. So it is not sustainable for the development. Therefore, the Chinese government aimed to develop the new source for the natural gas supply. So it is indicated that the biomass waste for the anaerobic digestion to produce biogas, then purified into biomethane, will serve as an important source for the future methane supply. It is targeted that in the year of 2030, about 20 billion cubic meters of the bio-natural gas will be produced. So in recent years, the anaerobic digestion for the biogas production in China is significantly increased. But as can be seen, so this is a target in the 2030. It's about 20 billion cubic meters per year. But the theoretical potential in China is 300 billion cubic meters of the bio-natural gas. So that is a huge gap for the theoretical potential and the current stage. So we still need to develop the anaerobic digestion industry significantly. So another case is in Germany. As we know, Germany is the leading country for the anaerobic digestion. And currently, it's about nearly 10,000 large-scale biogas plants in Germany. And the biogas can provide more than 10% of Germany's natural gas consumption. So it is very significant. And although the biogas industry and anaerobic digestion has been commercialized for over several decades, but it still has the bottlenecks because normally the anaerobic digester is very large, show very slow anaerobic digestion rates. So why it has such a problem? If we look at the mechanism of anaerobic digestion, it typically include 4 steps. That's hydrolysis, acidogenesis, acetogenesis, and methanogenesis to convert the polymers into monosugars and amino acids and fatty acids, and then degraded into acetic acid, and then converted into methane and carbon dioxide. So it is a multi-step process, and it involves different species of microorganisms. But the bottleneck is the first step, hydrolysis step. For example, if we have the lignocellulosic biomass, so it is very important to hydrolyze the high molecular weight compositions into the glucose and xylose simple sugars for the microorganisms to be used. But the traditionally enzymes is produced by the bacteria itself, and it's a slow process, and also the enzymatic hydrolysis is not efficient. So it restricts the overall reaction rate of anaerobic digestion. So the second problem is related to the methanogenesis. So as we know, a significant proportion of the methane is produced from hydrogen and carbon dioxide to synthesize the methane. But the hydrogen is very difficult to dissolve in the water phase in the anaerobic digestion. And the mass transfer of hydrogen, the resistance is very high, and it will constrain the further utilization of hydrogen to reduce the carbon dioxide then to form methane. So the low efficiency of interspecies hydrogen transfer will also limit the anaerobic digestion process to constrain the carbon-1 alkane fuel biomethane production. So how to solve such problem? So for the first problem, hydrolysis, we can use the thermochemical pathway to, instead of the biological pathway, the hydrolysis process. For example, the hydrothermal conversion at the high pressure and the high temperature will significantly boost such a process from the several days to several minutes. But the hydrothermal process will consume a significant amount of heat and electricity. So how can we get the cheap heat and electricity? The hydrothermal hydrolysis. So we have an idea from the solar energy. So this is a pilot scale equipment we established in the top of our lab. So it is a solar concentrator. So firstly, we use this kind of concentrator to reflect the DNI of solar fractions to the central tube and to concentrate the heat. And the central tube will flow with the biomass slurry. So the biomass slurry is flow along the tube and absorb the heat and increase the temperature, then drive the thermochemical reactions, and then the biomass slurry will be hydrolyzed into a low molecular organics, and then flow out to the tube for the subsequent anaerobic digestion. So without with this kind of system, we do not have the additional heat or electricity supply, and we can hydrolyze the biomass very efficient. So this is the experimental results of the solar-driven hydrothermal process, and we can see this is the microalgae cells. This is before the pretreatment, and the bottom finger is after the pretreatment, and almost the cells has been disrupted, and the intracellular components has been released to the. It is ready for the subsequent anaerobic digestion, and we also carry out the batch tests for the biomethane potential. As can be seen, as compared with the low biomass, the hydrothermal pretreatment can increase the specific methane yield about 50%. So this is a very significant and efficient process for the pretreatment before anaerobic digestion. So another method we can still think about enzymatic hydrolysis. So if we look back to the nature is always smart. It can hydrolyze and utilize lignocellulosic biomass materials very efficiently. So this is the kind of system of the termite system. The termite wood biomass or other lignocellulosic biomass within 24 hours, which is much faster than our artificial anaerobic digestion system. So this kind of termite has the most part, the foregut, the middle gut, and the posterior intestine, and which can disrupt the structure of the lignocellulosic material and to produce lacase and oxalates and also cellulolysis together, and to efficiently hydrolyze the lignocellulosic biomass. So inspired by the nature, we also construct this kind of system, the cascading system. We can use different enzyme in the different section of this system. And combined with multi-step enzyme hydrolysis, we have found that our saccharification efficiency or the sugar production efficiency can increase about 3 times as compared with the single-stage microreactor system. So it's very significant. And this paper has been selected as the back cover of Green Chemistry. Okay, so another issue is the methanogenesis. So how can we improve the methanogenesis? It's quite important to boost the methane production. So because the traditional interspecies hydrogen transfer is not efficient, but the recent findings has indicated that if we switch the hydrogen transfer to the electron transfer, that would no need to obtain the electron carrier that with a higher energy efficiency. And also it has, because the electron carrier has a very little mass transfer resistance, so it should have a higher transfer rate. So basically, in anaerobic digestion system, we have the electron generating bacteria. We also have the electron consuming archaea. So basically, we have two models to transfer the electrons. The first is the bacteria and the methanogens can synthesize the nanowire assistant, the pili. The pili can conduct the electrons. So another model is we can add the artificial conductive materials to facilitate electron transfer. So in the literature, there are a lot of studies reported that when we add the conductive materials, the biomethane production increased. But the mechanism why it can increase the methane production. So how faster the delta could be? So there is no answer. So to solve this problem, we carry out the numeric modeling process. And we considering the Nernst plant equation, thermodynamic equation, reaction kinetic equation, and the electron transfer rate equation to establish the reaction diffusing electrochemical model, and to model the rod shape, exoelectrogens, and the spherical methanogens together to simulate the rate of the delta process. And as can be seen from the result, we found that the delta process is showed about 8 times faster rate as compared with the traditional interspecies hydrogen transfer process. That means the delta process is much efficient. But interestingly, we also find that the delta process is a little bit slower than the interspecies formate transfer process at the cell distance of 10 micrometers. But the further study, we found that with microorganisms of the distance and the IFT process, the electron transfer rate drops significantly, but for the delta process, it's almost stable. So the delta process is very efficient, especially for the long distance electron transfer, as compared with the traditional IHT or the rarer process IFT. And we also, based on the model, we can establish with a group of the microorganisms. This is an example of 12 microorganisms linked together to transport the electrons. So the left finger is the reaction rate of each microbes, and the right finger is the delta transport rate between the cells to cells. So we also can extend this model to the biofilms or the large-scale system. So we can use the model to stimulate all of the electron transfer during the anaerobic digestion. So after the fundamental research, we also do the experimental research to verify the delta effect. So we use the furfuran wastewater as a substrate and added with granular activated carbon. And as can be seen from the batch experimental results, the addition of the GAC can shorten the lag phase time of AD, and it can enhance the methane production rate significantly. And we also confirm there are a lot of microorganisms attached on the surface of the GAC. And from the metagenomic analysis, we found that there are three functional kind of microorganisms can facilitate the delta in the surface of the GAC. The first is the G-bacter. So G-bacter can do the acetate oxidation and to produce the electrons. Then the electrons can be supplied to the Morilla bacteria for the phosphorus reduction to the alcohol product. And another electrons can be transported to the methanotrix, and it can facilitate the carbon dioxide reduction to the methane. So this is the link of the electron transfer on the GAC surface, which can boost the biomethane production. And this paper also be published as a clinical chemistry and engineering. So we have the experimental results. We can think about further enhance the anaerobic digestion. So we add the anode and the cathode into the anaerobic digestion system to further boost the electron transfer. And we can see from the long-term anaerobic digestion results, we can see the methane yield increased up to 98% of the methane yield, and also the methane content increased about 48%. So significant increase. So after the anaerobic digestion, we analyzed the anode and the cathode. We found that there is a dense biofuels has been formed in the bioanode, and it is thickness about 10 micrometers. So this is the electroactive bacteria and methanogens together. And we further assess the energy recovery ratio, which is defined as the increased methane production energy to the increase additional electricity supply. And we found that the compare with the additional the traditional group, the additional input of electricity energy to the increase of additional methane energy is about as high as 18 times to 28 times. That means when we have 1 kilowatt additional electricity supply, it can increase about 18 kilowatts hour or to 28 kilowatt hours methane production. So it is significant and very efficient. Furtherly, we also do the life cycle assessment to assess the impact, and we find that electron-driven anaerobic digestion process significantly outperforms the conventional anaerobic digestion. And also for the key indicators such as global warming potential is as low as the 60.2 grams carbon dioxide equivalent per megajoules of biomethane produced at completed decarbonization ages. So we also have some other strategy to increase the biomethane potential. For example, so this is the early research I collaborated with Anita Jacob when I was in Ireland. So we set up the two-stage reactor, separate the hydrolysis and hydrogen production with the methane production stage. We found that the two-stage system has a higher methane content, about 22% higher methane content, and it has about 1/3 shorter rotation time, which can increase the overall energy yield about 10%. So it's also a very good method to reduce the anaerobic digestion volume while it's improving the energy production. So the emerging artificial intelligence technology can also boosting the bioenergy research. For example, in the traditional experimental design, we based on the human thinking, and we design experiments, and we use a trial and error method to do experiment, and then we get the self-driving model, and then to guide our future research. But this cycle is too long. For example, in my lab, my students always complain to me because the batch-scale anaerobic digestion experiment is about 1 month or 2 months, and the continuous experiment will last for half a year or even. I think this is too slow. They also complain to me that the experiments consume a lot of times. So I also talk to them, okay, you can think about, you can use advanced technology to boost your research. For example, you can use AI, use machine learning. So they do investigation and literature review about the recent advance of machine learning to boost the bioenergy and aerobic digestion. And they find that now, typically in the AI process, they use the 3 methods: classification, regression, and optimization to solve the bioenergy problems. And it can boost the bioenergy research. And also the novel machine learning algorithms, such as deep learning with a large database, are expected in the future. And they also carry out the experiments and also to think about how to boost our prediction of the biomass, anaerobic digestion of lignocellulosic biomass. So they collected about nearly 300 lignocellulosic samples, both from the literature and also the data from the lab. So and they collected the raw material data such as the cellulose, lignin, and hemicellulose composition, and also the carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, the elemental composition, and also the water and the ash content in a raw biomass. And they also collect the data for the biomethane production yield and production rate. And they use the 10 machine learning algorithms for predict the biomethane yield. And they found that the mean absolute error for the optimal key nearest neighborhood mode was about 30 milliliter per gram Vs. They further combined the serial driving method and the data and the experiments driving method. They get the generalization performance, and they found the best model have average error of the less than 10%. So they also compare with it's very good to predict the lignocellulose biomass for the specific methane yield without experiment. Okay, so after the carbon-1 alkaline biofuels, let's talk about something about the medium or long-chain alkaline biofuels. So if we look about the anaerobic digestion, so it's a quite complex process and it's very long chain. And then to break down the organic materials to the fatty acids, and then break down the fatty acids into very, very short chain carbon-1 alkaline biofuels in terms of methane. So, so we have always have the question, because if we need to break down the carbon-carbon bond, it's very difficult and it consumes energy. And so that's why the methane production is very slow. So do we need to break everything into carbon-1 alkane? So do we have more efficient and short pathway to produce? Because we know the medium chain and long chain alkane biofuels is more valuable as compared with biomethane. And it can also be used as biodiesel or biojet fuels in the future. It's more value products. So we think about if we have the biological pathway to convert the biomass waste into medium chain or long chain alkane biofuels, the answer is yes. The recent 5 years of the research have a very significant process. They found that the photo-driving enzyme from the microalgae has which driven by the visible light can do the decarboxylation process to convert the long-chain fatty acid to direct to the alkene biofuels, which can serve as the jet fuels. And in our lab, we also prepare the photoenzymes. So with the transform from the host cell E. coli, and then we also disrupt the cells and purify the enzymes, and we get the photoenzymes. And we also investigate the impact of oxygen. We found that oxygen has significant impact on the produce of the super oxidized radicals and single oxygen radicals under the light. And this kind of ROS, reactive oxygen species, can inhibit the enzyme activities. So if we remove the oxygen, we use anaerobic photocatalysis, so the performance will be significantly enhanced. So another finding is for the light spectrum. We found that both the blue light and the green light can facilitate the photoenzymatic catalysis. But the green light would be better, and the enzyme can maintain long activity function time. So this work also be published as a cover work in Chemical Communications. And based on this, we designed the advanced microdic fluidic reactor system, and we achieve a very high alkaline production rate, which is far higher than the probably literatures, and also have very high energy production ratio. And we also do the experiment to combine the photoenzyme catalysis and anaerobic digestion. And we use the food waste as a substrate. And the food waste of the oil fraction, we use the enzymatic hydrolysis and the photodecarbonization and to produce hydrocarbons. And the long oil compositions, we use anaerobic digestion and to produce carbon-1 hydrocarbons. And we also add the conductive material to enhance the anaerobic digestion process. So to fully utilize the food waste to convert it into the. And interestingly, we found that even the anaerobic digestion was enhanced by the diode process. So the energy production rate by volume is very low. But if we do the decarboxylation of the photoenzyme process, the volumetric energy production yield can be enhanced by up to 24 times as compared with anaerobic digestion. So that means we only need a very small reactor, and we can get a very good energy production yield. So let's quickly go to the conclusions. So anaerobic digestion will play a significant role in carbon-1 alkaline biofuel production in terms of biomethane. And the anaerobic digestion and multi-stage process integration may significantly boost anaerobic digestion. And also the photoenzymatic decarboxylation shows a promising way to produce medium chain and long chain alkaline biofuels. So it is a kind of open a new opportunity in the future. So I would like to acknowledge my group in the Chongqing University, and also thank you for your attention and welcome to Chongqing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
Yes, okay. Thank you very much, Professor Alshia, given such a wonderful speech. So your in-depth talks were impressive. Our audience enjoyed including me. Thanks again. So now time for 10 minutes coffee break. So after coffee break, we will continue 3 keynote speech. Now please enjoy the coffee break.
Bye-bye. Thank you for inviting.
Professor, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
So, so next keynote speech, this will be Associate Professor Dr. Para. So, are you all ready? Okay. So,
My voice is audible, right?
yes, good.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So, Associate Professor Dr. Para Masuent, he will present in the title Recent Trends and Machine Learning, Studies in Microalgae Biochar Science and Technology. Please welcome. You can start. Okay. Okay.
So I after I will be starting after a tea break.
Yeah, you can start now.
I can start now.
Yes.
Okay. But people have gone for a tea break as of now, or like, shall I start?
You can start now.
Okay.
If you're ready. Okay.
Okay.
Please.
Fine. Okay. Very good morning to one and all, and thanks, Professor Ramesh Prabhu and Yuvali and his entire team to give this opportunity for me to have this talk, Microalgal Biochar Science and Technology, the recent trends and machine learning studies. I am working as Associate Professor in the Department of Biotechnology and Medical Engineering in National Institute of Technology, Rourkela. Okay, this is the 6th I-RESEAT program, mainly focusing on green economy, circular economy, as well as bioeconomy for carbon neutrality. Okay, so first I would like to introduce our institution, say NIT Rourkela, of India, say Odisha. And if you look in terms of NRF ranking, we are number 19 in terms of engineering, as well as in world university ranking also. We are in the band of 601 to 800. Okay, and it's a very beautiful campus. So I would like to take this opportunity to welcome you all to this beautiful campus in near future. So for today's presentation, I have been categorized the overall sections into biochar, microalgae, then microalgal biochar, and how about the research that we are working out in NIT Rourkela. These are the topics that we are going to discuss today. Okay, and most of this is mainly for discussion purposes. And for today's session, today talk, we are going to cover up these 3 topics. Okay, like how we could able to get into the SDG of 7, affordable and clean energy, responsible consumption and production, as well as on climate action. So for these 3 SDGs, the topic that what we are going to discuss right now can be best fit. So with this background information, let us get into the very first brief section on biochar. Okay, so here I would like to talk about why do we have to have a paradigm shift towards bioenergy. Why should we have to focus on biochar? Like all these aspects will help you out to understand why this bioenergy and biochar is important and how the different thermochemical technologies are available for biomass conversion and how we could able to use this biochar in our bioprocess for getting various range of energy products. All this information you could able to, all this knowledge you could able to derive at the end of this presentation. So we all knew that there is a issues with global warming, and because of that, ice is getting melting. Okay, the sea level is getting rise, and lot of environmental consequences that we are facing. Okay, so to avoid that, there are many options available. Okay, for instance, as of now, what we are doing, we are relying upon coal, gas, and oil, and using those energy reserves to release out CO2. This is called as carbon positive process. But apart from that, now we are focusing on water and wind and solar, which is carbon neutral process. But now the situation forces us to move forward with carbon negative process, where we could able to absorb more carbon than release out the carbon into the atmosphere with the help of biochar sequestration. So this is what today we are going to discuss. Okay, it have many applications. For instance, when we have a crop, we are going to focus on the primary edible product, and we going to neglect the unedible portion, that is called as crop residues. But by subjecting those crop residues into a range of pyrolysis process through which we could able to derive heat and electric power. So that is what in case of biofuels, we have 1G, 2G, 3G and 4G biofuels, and each and every biofuels has its own merits and demerits. For instance, like in case of first generation biofuel, there is a disparity between food versus fuel. Okay, so that's why like people are trying to move towards second generation biofuel, but there we are going to rely upon lignocellulosic biomass. Okay, where the breakdown of lignin that needs a very high intensive pre-treatment and processing cost. So now people trying to move towards third generation biofuel, where people are working on microalgae. So out of any of these biofuels, we could able to get converted into a char which have higher heating value. It can able to store energy. It can use as a supercapacitor. It can helpful in biohydrogen biogas production. So that is how this biochar is going to act as a renewable energy source. And how it can be produced? It can be produced through a range of process like slow pyrolysis, phosphorylasis, gasification, torrefaction. Like that, we have different range of process. Like in that, we are having a wide range of temperatures as well as the heating rate. Based on that, we could able to have a different range of products. Like it will be having a solid char product, a liquid oil and pyrolytic water and tar product, as well as a mixture of syn gases, mainly predominated with carbon monoxide and methane and a few range of hydrogen and carbon dioxide. So that is how by choosing the right pyrolysis process, we could able to differentiate the different range of solid, liquid and gaseous product. And by doing so, what are the biochar that we are getting that have applications in agriculture, that have applications in environment, as well as that have application in energy. So for today talk, we are going to focus on how this biochar can be used as a solid fuels, or how it can use as a catalyst to derive much more energy. So that is what we are going to discuss for today's presentation. For instance, I have a wide range of feedstuffs like sourcan bagasse, agro residues, microalgae, municipal solid waste, or even kind of plastic waste that we can able to either subject it to torrefaction or pyrolysis and gasification, so that we could able to convert this biomass into biochar. Once that biochar is being made, used to facilitate the deeper bioprocessing, the stronger bioprocessing. So that is how like this biochar can help us in achieving more biogas production in case of anaerobic digestion, or it can act as a catalyst for higher yield of biodiesels through trans-esterification activity, or it can able to help us in achieving the better composting. Okay, so likewise it can able to help us in various range of bioprocess, so that we could able to get a wide range of products. For instance, biohydrogen, biomethane, biodiesel, bio-oil, like that we could able to get a different range of products. For all this bioprocess, we can able to utilize this biochar as a strong catalyst. So out of this very first brief section, we learned what is biochar, why do we have to shift towards bioenergy, okay, and how this biochar can help us in achieving or progressing towards carbon neutrality. Okay, all those aspects that we have discussed. So now we are going to talk about microalgae, okay, because microalgae is being considered as a third generation biofuel, and how, like as of now, it is being utilized in biorefinery aspects to get a wide range of value added products. And what is the strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats of using microalgae in as a third generation biofuel? So these are some of the aspects that we are going to discuss right now. So by the end of this section, you could able to know like why microalgae is so significant for carbon sequestration. Like for instance, this microalgae being micron size, it can able to grow in a wide range of resources. For instance, it can live in fresh water or saline water. It can even able to get survive in wastewater. Okay. From there, we can able to have a source of nitrogen and phosphorus. And from industrial flue gases, we can able to have carbon. Or with these nutrients, we could able to go for algal cultivation. Once it is being upstream processing is done, and we have cultivated the algae successfully, then we could able to go for harvesting, so that we can able to separate out the biomass, algal biomass, and produce either lipids, carbohydrates, or if you are thinking for food or feed for humans or chicken or any other animals, we can even focus on proteins also. So that is how from a microalgae, we could able to get into a different range of products. Okay, once that is being done, even whatever left out, even that we would not consider as a waste, because from an environmental perspective, waste is nothing but a misplaced resource. So we would like to apply biorefinery principles to get into a wide range of further value added products. Only thing that we have to do is all about it should be technically feasible, economically viable, so that we could able to attain the triple bottom line and make the process into sustainable development. Okay, so that is why like it have environmental benefits, it should have economical benefits, as well as it should have societal benefits. That we have to look into that, so that by adopting this kind of biorefinery systems, like we could able to get into a different range of products, as well as which can able to make the societally acceptable. So this is the brief work that we have done in, like we started with a single micro. We have tried to optimize its influencing conditions, like for example, the nutrient concentration, the light intensity, the pH, all these factors have been optimized, so that we would like to have our maximized biomass productivity. Once this upstream processing is done, even we were focusing on how to harvest the microalgae with cost-effective natural coagulants instead of going with a chemical coagulant, so that we could able to have a cost-efficient, less energy-intensive, and reduced carbon footprints of microalgal separation. Once the algae has been separated, we can use biochar as a catalyst to convert biomass into extractable oils, okay, which can be directly used as a biodiesel. So in the down, you could able to see that from a single cell line, like we could able to how able to mass cultivate the microalgae. So from this, we could able to understand that algae can be grown from a wastewater, and it can able to extract it with a wide range of products, and we could able to use char as a catalyst to get into a range of products. So this protein, carbohydrate, and lipid, even algae have rich in pigments. So even that is also can be used. Even this algal consortium can be used as a biostimulants for hydroponic units. So like that it have multiple applications, but for today's discussion, we are going to talk about algae and biochar because that also have yes ease of cultivation strength and it can able to give you a range of bio-based products as well as it have few weakness. Only thing is like we have to minimize the operational cost as well as the energy consumption so that like we could able to get this biochar potential that can be harnessed to its fullest potential. Okay, so by the end of this session microalgae, so how this is competed with a natural plant-based system and how microalgae would be able to sustain in a wide range of saline condition to freshwater conditions and how through that how it could be able to capture more CO2, all those things that we have discussed. So with this background information, so now we are moving towards microalgal biochar, okay, and how it can be produced. What are the ways through which we could able to pre-treat or post-treat this microalgal biochar so that we could able to engineering the microalgal biochar that we will discuss. So by the end of this session, you could able to have that particular idea. Like as we all know, biochar is basically a carbon-rich material which can able to derive from a wide range of biomass. But for this discussion, we are going to consider only algae because that have high growth. Around the year, it can be grown. It can able to tolerate harsh climate condition and it have more efficient CO2 fixation. And it have a wide range of valuable compounds like polysaccharide, protein, lipid, pigments. Like it have a cocktail of all these kind of components that can be extracted. Okay, but once those valuable compounds has been extracted, whatever left out, even that residues can be subjected to algal biochar with the help of pyrolysis process. So that will be having rich in nitrogen content and inorganic element when compared to lignocellulosic biochar, and it will be having low surface area and capacity. Only these are the negatives about this algal biochar, but this can act as a super catalyst to get into a wide range of process. So now we will understand how this algae can be made into algal biochar. Either it can be used in the form of dry biomass or in the form of wet biomass. As we discussed earlier, like it can able to subject it to a wide range of process, say torrefaction, microwave pyrolysis, or conventional pyrolysis, or hydrothermal liquefaction, where we are going to rely upon these operational parameters. Say for instance, temperature, heating rate, and residence time that we are going to vary, and based on that, like we could able to get a characteristic of microalgal biochar. Okay, so this algae can be engineered to have a specific desired characteristics. Okay, so when we talk about any product, it should have its own product attributes, right? So in that case, in case of this algae, to convert into algal biochar, either first we can go for a pre-treatment like with acid, alkaline, or microwave or sound, any such sort of treatment that we can do, and we can able to convert that algae make engineered biochar which have a specific surface functional groups. Or even once the algae has been pyrolyzed and converted into char, then also we can get into the treatments to make into a say engineered biochar. So the point is it have options of both pre-treatment and post-treatment options. Okay, we have to choose it wisely. Which treatment we have to go to for which function that we would like to do. Based on that, we could able to do any of these treatment technologies. Like we have physical treatments like ultrasonication or ball milling, activation, so that we can able to convert a conventional algal biochar into a engineered biochar. That is also possible. Or even we can go with chemical treatments. For example, by adding minerals or acids, okay, or base, or like even getting into organic solvents, hydrogen peroxide, or even nanomaterials or nanotubes. All these kind of chemical treatments also we can do to engineer our conventional microalgal biochar, so that it will be having much more enhanced characteristics. Okay, based upon the application that we are planning out, we could able to manipulate or influence the algal biochar to do that activity. Otherwise, we can rely upon even biological treatments. Okay, this algae itself can be digested by other microbes. Then we can go for pyrolysis to make the engineered microalgal biochar through biological way. So like that, the point is it can able to make either through physical treatment or chemical treatments or biological treatment. So we can able to convert the algal biochar into an engineered biochar, so that we could able to have much more higher efficiency, and then it can find its application in soil amendments or adsorbent or energy source. These are some of the conventional applications that we have. Otherwise, like right now, people are talking about how to utilize as a catalyst, how this microalgal biochar can be used in supercapacitors for energy storage, and how it can be used in construction activities. So like that, like the engineered microalgal biochar have wide range of applications. These are the recent trends that's being happening in the field. By doing so, like we could able to make the process much more sustainable, because like people earlier algae only in the perspective of third generation biofuel. Okay, but overall, if you look in terms of cost and economic aspects, still people couldn't able to reach the net profitable value. So that's why, like right now, we are trying to include those biorefinery concepts, as well as trying to come up with a wide range of application which have a higher value added products, so that we could able to make this cash inflow and cash inflow outflow as a much more profitable. So by doing so, like we could able to do this process much more sustainable. So the point that we learned over in this microalgal biochar is how a biochar, microalgal biochar can be produced, how it can be engineered further to make it as an engineered microalgal biochar, and how that engineered microalgal biochar can be used in wide range of applications. That is what we were discussing. And now the recent trends of microalgal biochar is over. So now we are trying to move forward with the second section, that is all about machine learning process of this microalgal biochar production. So by attending this brief course, like we could able to know that like how the machine learning and process optimization strategies, or like I can say artificial intelligence technologies, are being used in our technological development, that we could able to understand. For this, first we have to ask some relevant questions, like whether we could able to predict the algal biochar yield using biomass characteristics and pyrolysis experimental condition, the algal biochar yield, and how these parameters are going to influence. For answering this question, we can able to get into the machine learning, and we can try to find answers. So the overall objective of the study is to develop a model using machine learning to predict the algal biochar yield. Okay, like the basic characteristics of proximate analysis, ultimate analysis, the pyrolysis experimental condition, all have been taken into the consideration to utilize on this machine learning model to understand how these input parameters are influencing the overall algal biochar yield. So here we have used machine learning algorithm called extreme gradient boosting, which is a tree-based network, the model which can able to implement this gradient boosting framework so that we could able to have higher accuracy within a less point of time. Like in the earlier presentation, Professor Gio was talking about machine learning algorithms have three broad categories, say classification, regression, and ranking. So here we are using regression algorithms. So we have collected the database and organized into it and cleaned the database. Once that is database has been created, we are getting into the development of the models by hyperparameter tuning and cross-validation. Once that is being done, we are getting into the feature selection. We would like to understand out of those chosen input parameters, what are the key parameters that has to be taken while you produce, so that you could able to maximize your algal biochar yield. So for that, we have used this SGB model, and that model has been evaluated with the help of performance metrics such as correlation coefficient and root mean square error. So by training the data set, it will learn and it will get into several decision trees, and it will keep on updating their learning so that it can able to help us the better biochar yield. So as we start learning, initially we may be having a higher bias and lower variance, but over the period of time, through various several learnings, we could able to make the entire process much more low bias as well as and lower variance. So this is how it's going to cross validate at k-fold validation. So it will consider the entire data set into k-1 time, and k-1 times it will be considered as a data set for training as well as testing, and that is how like it could able to validate. So the results and discussion, if you look, we try to understand how the data is being distributed, what are the key features that has to be taken into consideration, how these each and every parameter influence the algal biochar yield, and all these things we could able to represent in terms of visual plots, so that like we could able to get the overall idea. Like for instance, the data set, how it is being visually plotted. Okay, like is there any what is the overall mean? Okay, what is the median? How about the 3/4 quartile of the data? How the data has been distributed? All these things we could able to understand with the help of this box whisker plots. Nowadays, we do use violin plots and many other such advanced plots are available to visualize the data, and if any outliers are present, that can be removed, so that we could able to increase our overall accuracy of the machine learning. So here we have used 8192 number of combinations that machine learning model has explored, which we can't able to do with our conventional systems, conventional mathematical models. So that's why, like with the help of these machine learning models, we could able to explore a wide range of options, and then we could able to improvise our understanding of bioprocess. So that is how like it has gone through all the input parameters combination 2 to the power 13 combinations, and checked out the possible combination of the lowest input parameters that can be used to figure out the best accuracy of biochar prediction. So these are the 14 runs that have been chosen for this study. Among the different range of parameters that we have chosen, like we try to understand how minimal with input parameters we could able to maximize our learning capability. So for doing so, like we learned that like the feature selection by this particular model, only these 5 parameters, for example, ratio of H by C, hydrogen by carbon, nitrogen to carbon, ash content, pyrolysis time, and temperature. With this 5, like the model would able to explain the algal biochar yield by 99% accuracy. And in case of testing with 84% accuracy, it could be able to predict it well. Okay, so even it has gone through this 2 to the power 13, say 8192 number of combinations also, but in that case, it has gone with a very lower testing data set. So that is how like we could able to do all permutation and combinations to understand the process. Okay, and these are the way we could able to understand what are the key parameters that influence the entire algal biochar yield. I would able to explain with the help of these shaft features by varying that particular one input, how it is going to influence our output. Okay, so that also we could able to know. Like for instance, if you increase the temperature in pyrolysis, the algal char yield will get low. Okay, so that we could able to understand over here. So like that we have used several tools and algorithms and try to understand how each and every input features influence the entire output features. For instance, this temperature, at high temperature we will be getting low char yield, at low temperature we will be getting high char yield. So like that, how each and every input parameters, the entire process, that we could able to know. So just to conclude, like these are the three questions that we have been asked before we start this study. Like the very first question is whether we could able to predict the algal biochar yield using biomass characteristics and pyrolysis experimental condition. Yes, we could able to predict with the help of machine learning algorithm. So out of 13 parameters that we have chosen, even with 5 parameters, we could able to explain the algal biochar yield with 84% accuracy. So instead of focusing on all 13 parameters, now we could able to minimize into just 5 parameters. With that itself, we could able to get the maximum accuracy of algal biochar yield. Those parameters that influence the algal biochar yield, yeah, that is also we have find it out. And how it is going to influence the biochar yield, that also we could able to understand with the help of this importance plot, summary plot, and Pearson correlation matrix. So the point is, like we could able to understand any of the bioprocess in much more deeper insights with the help of these machine learning algorithms. So these are the some of the ways, like we could able to, even apart from regression, we can even use for classification or ranking, or like instead of conventional pyrolysis, we can use it for microwave pyrolysis. Like that, we could able to get into a wide range of applications of machine learning to get into a different purpose. Okay, so for instance, like production of bio oils, okay, or briquettes, or using biochar as adsorbent, conditioner, or ink, like that, we have wide range of application. For all those aspects, we can able to apply machine learning algorithms to optimize the process, which can be much more efficient. So just to wrap up, like I would like to touch upon one more slide with another 2 minutes. This is the overall focus that our lab is trying to do. Like for instance, we are working on food, energy and water as a individual entity, but later on we would like to put it into a nexus. The reason behind this is, for making food you need energy. Okay, from food also we can able to derive energy. So likewise, if you see, all these three are being interlinked. Okay, to extract water you need energy. With the water you can also able to make energy. So like that, all these three things are being interlinked, and because of the climate change and population and industrialization, right now this is getting intensified. Okay, so which need this public as well as policies, our stakeholders, to get into this supply demand chain and make the entire process much more sustainable. So that is where we are working towards, by understanding the nexus of food, water and energy. And these are the some of the sponsors that is, they are helping us through sponsoring projects to get into a range of product portfolios from our lab. Okay, like algal char, microalgal biochar, or briquetting, or like probiotic beverages, tactile cellulose, and bio inks, or like even hydroponic system through which we could able to produce organic biofortified fruits and vegetables. So let's live in the present and try to shape the future. Thank you very much for giving this great opportunity to talk in this particular session. Thank you.
Very much, Associate Professor Dr. Para, for you give an impressive presentation. And actually, I happy to see you today after we meet up 10 years ago. So thanks again.
Yeah.
Thank you. So our next keynote speaker, Assistant Professor Dr. Kanika Intawong. Are you already
Yes, I'm here.
in?
Could you hear me?
Okay, I can. Okay. Okay, so today she will present in the title Enhancing the Emergency Medical System to Support Safety Tourism in Chiang Mai Province. Please share your screen, and if you're ready, just start.
Everyone see my slide?
Okay.
And everyone hear me, right?
Yes, fine.
Okay, thank you. So I will present about the topic in health sector that the chair mentioned, the enhancing the emergency medical system to support safety tourism in Chiang Mai province. For me, I am a lecturer in Chiang Mai University, the Faculty of Public Health, and my background is computer science. But now I change the domain to health department of health. So my research and expertise is in the big data, artificial intelligence, software engineering, and the health informatics, and focus on the digital health. I would like to share for Chiang Mai, this is the north of Thailand. I think everyone know, and I come from the Faculty of Public Health in Chiang Mai University. This is the top 3 in ranking the university. So that everyone know the Chiang Mai. This is the major city that will come after Bangkok and Phuket, and we have the beautiful landscape, beautiful heritage and culture, and also the location. We have the mountains. So if you see, this is a report from the Global Wellness Insight. Nowadays, the wellness tourism, this is going on the trend. So you can see this one, the about 16% that have going on the wellness tourism. And we have about the 651 billion for invest for the global wellness economy. Then that the keynote mentioned that we have the sustainable development goals, but now we try to transform to the sustainable tourism goals, and we call the SDG star, that including the 17 part or 17 sector is like sustainable development goals. For Thailand, we focus on the wellness traveler. So this enhance for the body is example the sport, Thai boxing or Thai massage. In mind as well, we have the yoga and Thai spa retreat, and also have the in spiritual for monk chat and meditation, and as well as like the people who need to come here for make the healthy eating and restaurant. So in Thailand, we try to make the tourism hub and wellness and medical hub as well. Then this is a report from the Ministry of Tourism and Sport. You can see the chart. Chiang Mai, they have the most of the tourists will come, and income as well. You can see the pink one in the graph. This is Chiang Mai city. This is the report for the regions, the northern region that including the 8 province, but Chiang Mai, this is the top one. And as also have the statistics of the traveler. So you can see the bar chart in the top. This is a Chiang Mai, and we have the foreigner to most likely to come to Chiang Mai. And again, this is a report for traveler in last year that who visit in Chiang Mai divided by monthly. And the yellow one is still have the foreigner, but the red one is the Thai. So the trend is most of them, so the beginning of the year, maybe January, February, and come here again in September, November, and December because they have the culture, heritage, and the traditional culture in that time. And then this is the tourism of the Chiang Mai that divide between Thai and foreigner. Yeah, we have also analyzed for the foreigner. You can see most of them come from the Korea and China. This is the major city and major nationality who come to Chiang Mai because nowadays it's not go for the short term, but the traveler come for a long stay because they know and they hope that the life in Chiang Mai, this is maybe is the good for them after retired. So this is the trend for the nationality with the tourists who visit in Chiang Mai. And finally, we can see the trend since the 2021 that Chiang Mai, they have the top tourists who come, but maybe drop on COVID-19 pandemic. And now we have again to the number of tourists who come until last year. But it's not beautiful all because we have some big issue that the same issue of the Asia or Southeast Asia as well. Example, India or Nepal or Laos and Myanmar. In Chiang Mai, we also have the problem with the air pollution or the climate change. And you can see this one just normally is a beginning of the January or February because the climate change in come. And Thailand and Chiang Mai as well have the top of USAQI that everyone need to concern, and population and tourists in Chiang Mai need to concern for air pollution. Then after that, the policy of the government and the people who have the responsibility in stakeholder in Chiang Mai need to make the guideline for the health tourism and in Chiang Mai province. This is for the guideline that we need to prevent the medicine, and after that we need to make the medical treatment and also have the rehabilitation and long stay. So it means the people who stay in Chiang Mai need to make the well-being as well. And we have the engagement between government, between the university and the government sector, and also on have the private sector as well as community. Finally, we have the in Chiang Mai. Example activity, anti-aging, dental dream, beauty and best, fun and families, creative clean care, exceptional exclusive, and sport supreme. Then the objective of our project is have to mention three main. We would like to integrate the advanced technology. We need to develop some platform that to modern technology to make the health sector and operation between health and tourist sector that cover 5 domains: medical institutions, accommodations, massage facility, health spot, and restaurant. So after that, we would like to enhance the system that to make coordinate collaboration between EMS unit and local healthcare and community, because Chiang Mai we have the local tourism and we have the community to taking care of tourists as well. Finally, we provide multi-sector to support the tourists in every area, in every district in Chiang Mai. and to make the to enhance the people and staff and everyone to communicate between foreign tourists and improving the accessibility and care. Then emerging technology is very important for our sector because now we need to make some visual reality or some database to collect all data between health and tourist demographic. And we also have some IoT medical device or maybe some sensor, some equipment that to support the wellness tourists. We have to make the mental health technology or nano medicine or 3D printing and so on. And AI, artificial intelligence, is very important also because we need to make compute, analyze the data and to try to analyze the behavior of the tourists and make the plan for the policy in the future. Then we call the longitude record because we need to taking care of the tourists or the generation, maybe some children until the elderly. Then we need to make some platform to combine the data from the variant of source in healthcare system. This is an example for the data visualization platform in Chiang Mai. You can see we have many stakeholders. Example, entrepreneur, Chiang Mai Public Health Office, Chiang Mai Tourist, and medical staff, and also the traveler. We have the platform to combine all data and make the real-time dashboard, real-time the data visualization to make for decision making in the. So the result, we have the engagement between organizations, example, Chiang Mai Public Health Officer, Chiang Mai Tourist Police, and medical staff we mentioned on the emergency medical system, and also the Chiang Mai Tourist Business and Association or some entrepreneur that they have the collaboration and responsibility in the domain that they need to make policies together. Example, Chiang Mai Public Health Office to make the setting the guideline and policy following from the Thailand Ministry of Health. So after that, they try to make the decision and regulate, example, the COVID-19 situation or some resilience of the COVID-19. And Chiang Mai Tourist Police also they need to analyze the data from the tourists, categorize from the nationality or the people who the train. The most of people would like to go to somewhere or some district, divide by district or some area. And medical staff that need to taking care of them when they have the accident. So the EMS will be charged the traveler who have the accident, and after that refer to the hospital. We set up the intensive investigation, treatment, and so on. And finally, the entrepreneur that need to adopt the guideline and adopt medical and wellness tourism standard to enhance the capacity of Chiang Mai that call and make the safety that make the tourists will believe them, then they come to stay Chiang Mai is also is very slow life or the good well safety as well. So this is an example for geological by zone surveillance. We have developed the platform for the number of tourists, and we also have the risk area. This one is a real time for the risk area that is should be warning and make the support, distance support for the police and the public health sector, because we have to know now this area is risk factor or that area it have many density of tourists, example. For the tourist police, they have the dashboard for monitor in real time, monitor for the foreigner that come to Chiang Mai, divide by day, divide by district, and maybe some how to say some strategy to make the safe for tourist safety. Then this is the risk area in time series integration. Now we use the data and we call big data in health sector. We have the number of the tourists in the hospital, and we have the visualization for the risk area and maybe some pandemic or something like that. And these reports will we make the decision and make the policy and guideline in the future as well. So finally, in wellness sector, we integrate between health and tourist domain. In tourist, we have the application we call Ma in Thai, but in English is we call welcome to Chiang Mai, and they have the report, and it's like accident near you, and it's like some beautiful place for you. If you go to somewhere, it will be pop up and notify you, maybe have the positive and negative news as well. And we also have some application that provided by company in China, but provide for the people, the Chinese who stay in Chiang Mai, that they have Chinese language, and the function is look like a Grab. Yeah, they have the beautiful place. They have some drink and transportation as well. This is just for provide to their tourists. And in health and safety, we also have to educate and enhance the skill for the entrepreneur for make the CPR, because we have the execute accident many times in the tourist place. So we try to educate and to make them to add the knowledge for the CPR for them. And we also have the sky doctor, because some area in Chiang Mai we have the mountain, so we need to make the plan and to set up the setting of the EMS. So this is a Mekampong. I think everyone know the Mekampong district. That's very popular, but sometimes very often as well for the accident of the tourists. So we try to make them for setting the sky doctor to charge them as well. This is just for the real-time weekly surveillance in the climate change. We developed by Faculty of Public Health. We have to monitor the real-time, the number of the tourists and the number of the people who stay in Chiang Mai that have the disease in the health impact related of the climate change by weekly or something like that. This is the conceptual framework in the PSS2C. We call the public health surveillance to climate change. You can see the first block, the analytic ecosystem. So this one have we have the many data and many source in Chiang Mai, because we have many stakeholders. We try to integrate, and we use the Vedica and hospital information system. And after that, we try to use the benefit of the health surveillance platform. We make the data visualization, and we use some modeling or some AI for use the prediction, forecasting, or use for the and finally, we know the health outcome or impact. And we also have the number of deaths and illness monitoring to make the plan to adapt the strategy and policy in the future. Finally, in this time, the situation, because in Chiang Mai now, until today, we have the flood in Chiang Mai city. Then we have some platform to monitor and to make the notify the people who stay near the area at the risk area. Finally, in our project, we study the highlight and need to make the robot emergency system and to integrate between tourist safety and health sector. And sorry, I stay in the field world, so maybe some noise. The second one is detail for mapping the key tourism service. We need to make the confidence for the tourists that who come to Chiang Mai and they have everything that's setting up for safety for them. And finally, the measure of the EMS improving and wellness in Chiang Mai. And we try to create a sustainable tourism experience and to provide some strategy to make it safe for both and visitor. Finally, thank you for share and Major University to invite me and have a chance to make a speaker today. Thank you. Any questions?
Thank you very much to Associate Professor Dr. Kanika Intavong. So any question from online and on-site? Okay. Okay, thank you very much. And then our next keynote speaker is go to Dr. Goto Obe. So,
Okay, right. Thank you very much, everyone. This is the final keynote speaker in this morning session. We have other delegates, the requesters move to this afternoon. So, this morning session, thank you very much. See you in the afternoon, 1 p.m. Thai time. We have room 1 and room 2. We have a further oral presentation. I see you there. Thank you very much.